Hello, it's Morgan and River. Want to say hi? Last time we built an archery backstop. You probably already watched that video. If not, check it out. It's an awesome backstop. Today, we want to try to make our own 3D target. I looked on YouTube. Everybody just takes this spray foam, shoots it into a decoy or something, and then shoots it. But it's not self-healing, and it doesn't last long, and the arrows penetrate too damn far. Unimpressive. So, I'm gonna try my own mix on this and see if we can make it work. I don't think it's gonna be as good as a professional 3D target, but those can go $200 to $1,000. So if we can figure out how to make one, then we can get creative with it and build some cool targets. This may or may not work out. Either way, let's get started. What I need, or what I have, is some butter, 2 cans of spray foam, and then what I believe is gonna be the secret ingredient, 2 bags of rubber mulch. This is not normal bark. This is just like bark, but it's not real bark. It's made of rubber, like shredded tires. Okay, first we're gonna take our popper material. We're gonna get enough to line this Home Depot container, which is another thing you'll need. Sorry. You'll need a container to frame it in. I know it doesn't look that impressive, but that's gonna be our form. So let's get to the next step. Later in this video, we do make a 3D squirrel, but I wanted to do a test run first. What I'm gonna do, hold on, watch out, bud. Grab it, let's sprinkle the bottom. So we're gonna go ahead and just litter the bottom with rubber mulch. Got a nice base layer of rubber mulch. Little tip, if you guys have ever used spray foam, the ones with these little nozzles, as long as you keep them closed, are awesome because you'll get like 2 or 3 uses out of it instead of 1, which is handy because most of the old spray foams, as soon as you started using them, it's a one-time deal and then they go bad. You gotta toss it in.
Toss it in.
Yep. Now I want to find something to tamp it down with just slightly. I don't want to compress it, but I do want to get kind of a nice, kind of even layer. Spray foam's like $4 to $6 a can. The rubber's only like $6 a bag for a big bag, so it isn't too expensive. If we can pull this off, it won't be horrible for a 3D target. I don't think it's gonna last as long as like a traditional one, but you never know. Essentially, just keep going rubber foam to the thickness that's desired. Hey y'all, well it's been a few hours since we've set up the spray foam and the rubber into this box frame here. So I don't think it's ready to shoot, but I do think it's ready to pull out of the box here just to help it set up quicker. I really hope I'm not pulling it out too early, but I don't know, I'm too impatient. I think I gotta do it for my own curiosity. Hello, I'm back. It's the next day. We took this to my brother's range and he shot it with a 70-pound bow. I shot it with my 60-pound bow. It stops arrows. It does its job. It's ugly though, and I really wanted to show you guys a 3D target. So today, I actually bought some Harris board and some more cans of spray foam. And I'm gonna try to come up with a 3D target design. that's legit. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what I can come up with. I got some spray paint to color it, and I got this more spray foam, and I got the terrace board to form it. So let's see if I can come up. Now I'm gonna try and find a silhouette that I like, and then draw that onto the board, and then try to form it. So give me a minute while I find a design. I don't. You said you thought you.
I think I know what you're trying to do. You're going to put that and it...
We'll see how his
He
comes.
has more than us.
So you can see we drew the squirrel, then framed it in with that Terra board, and then I'm drilling holes for the rebar stakes to go through. I'm going to use some PEX pipe to stick in there that you can stick that rebar in, and then we're going to do the foam fill. Smart. Okay, well, I got to reseal that, but we're going to stick these PEX pipes just right in there, just like that, and that's where the rebar is going to sit. I'll cut them down. I think we're almost ready for another coat, to be honest.
Yeah.
This stuff does work pretty quick. Not bad. Then we're just gonna keep tampering it and kind of get it mixed in there good with the
I'll make something.
foam.
Yeah, I'll take pink from there.
Perfect. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and keep layering this all the way to the top, and then we let it dry and paint it and form it and try to shoot it and see what happens.
Yeah, and I had the gun with us that one day and stuff, and we also were with Alex, but I won't.
While the other target was setting up, we decided to paint the first target because this one does work really well and stops arrows. Oh yeah, this is about ready to pull. I'm gonna cut these.
Are you trying to what are you doing? That here. That. Go! Don't!
Boom, boom. That one's done. All right, y'all. I don't think it's set up yet, but I think it's good enough to paint. So let's drop this squirrel out of its form and let's see what we got here. Well, that's what I'm working with so far. I mean, I got the shape to go pretty good. I'm dealing with some pretty bad issues on the top, so I'm gonna try to come up with some sort of solution. I do like that I've got the rebar mount holes so it can mount. It's gonna look a lot better when it's painted, but let's see what I can do. I'm thinking some silicone on this top, mix it in there just to help adhere it and to help waterproof it. Fill it into all these gaps. All right, so this is the body of our gray squirrel. It looks pretty good. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and try to paint it and make it look like these gray squirrels. So I'm gonna, Abel, can you get the white paint? Like, it looks like they have a white belly and just pretty much all gray for a body. All right, so we got the body gray. We're gonna have to hand paint to get it detailed. And then we're gonna need a, looks like just a white belly. So let's let it dry for a few minutes, Abel. Okay. And then we'll have you do a white belly. Yep. There, that's looking good. A little more. Perfect. And the tips of the arms. Perfect. Wait. Maybe hit the back of the tail just a little. Actually, just maybe right there.
On the back of the tail?
Okay. Hit it. You want to do it or do you want me to?
Me.
Okay, hit just the tip of the tail a little bit. Go ahead.
I'm going.
That's good.
I got it on me.
Just kind of gonna get it bum a little. All right, I'm gonna shoot them next. But here is our homemade 3D targets. I am pretty impressed. I think the squirrel that Abel helped me paint came out pretty good. He's not gonna be ready to shoot till tomorrow. And
this
then
one's already ready.
this one's ready to shoot. This is my just normal target that we set up as a test. And you know, I've looked up, there's like no videos on YouTube of how to make your own 3D targets. So we tried, and I think we succeeded. The squirrel's gonna be interesting. We gotta see if it'll actually hold an arrow, but I know this one will. So let's go shoot it a couple times.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
I'll shoot it.
60-pound bow. Let's see how they hold up. If you haven't seen this awesome archery backstop that Abel and River and I made, check that out. It was like 2 videos ago. 20 yards. Let's go ahead and shoot it.
Have arrows on. Have arrows on.
Stop that arrow.
Eat at it. One arrow, Dad. Shoot.
Go ahead.
Shoot.
Woo! You
Miss.
shot it.
Miss.
You missed.
Miss mine.
Okay. This is looking pretty good. So I'm not the best shot, but not bad. Like, let's see how much penetration that this thing got. Only that much. About the same. About the same. I probably should have let the paint dry more. But you can't even tell with all that rubber in there. You can't even tell it was shot. It self-heals pretty well, which is an important part. So let's go ahead and well, I had one chunk come out. All right, I'm gonna set this guy out. Try and shoot him in the bullseye.
Dude, I wanted to.
Hold on, Rue.
I wanted to set it up my own way.
All right, I'm gonna draw and shoot at this squirrel. Come back, Abel. Ooh, that went through. That went a lot farther through him than I wanted it to. Hold on, I gotta get the cam. See, you don't want the arrows to go through these. I think if I want to do it, I need to double it up. Oh, bummer.
You missed the bullseye.
Here's what it did.
And he was way too squishy.
Squirrel had that. Ooh, way low.
How did he do? How did he do?
Look at that. That's pretty good. Like, so when it goes, I mean, it's stopping my bow. I don't know if it'll stop the 80-pound bow. Hey, hold on. I gotta get that. That barely chunked it, and it did a pretty good job. Let me pull these out. Uh-oh. There's a lot of fresh silicone and shit there. Man, bad shooting. I cannot shoot worth a shit. Let's see how it...
Can I put it where I want to put it?
Where do you want to put it?
I just want to put it...
That did not look bad.
No, it's just healing, dude.
Okay.
I want to put it...
In conclusion, I've been shooting these targets for about 2 weeks now. We put them at my brother's archery course. They're holding up really well, and they look about the same as they did the day we made them. They've each probably been shot 30 times plus, maybe 40. And I would guess at this point, they've got at least 1 year of pretty regular usage of shooting them. So if you want to form up your own 3D target, use the rubber mulch foam method, and it's going to work pretty well and also save you a lot of money. High density foam would be awesome, but it's very expensive. If you guys like this video, subscribe, check out some of our other videos, especially the archery backstop one. Thanks everyone.